Alright, how we all doing? Getting the videos pumped out now. It's Sunday morning, and wouldn't you believe it? I just had another delivery. A package came from FedEx, of all things. So, snow, rain, or shine, they're out there, but try to do just quick unboxing. This is one actually I had on a pre-order, and I've been waiting a long time. This was basically ordered the end of October. And so what happened then, Spot had hit the all-time high of about 50, a little over. And then it dipped back down. Spot went back down to 47, 46. People were starting to panic. Was at a top. And then late October, I started nibbling, slurping the dip a little bit, and I put this order in. Monument Metal at that time had the pre-sales ready on the 2026 American Silver Eagles. So I picked up some of those, and I should have got more. Hindsight is 2020. But I ended up only paying a little over $53 an ounce for the American Silver Eagles, and could have got more, but like I said, I cheapskated and I added silver buffaloes, which admittedly, percentage-wise, they were a lot cheaper premium. They were like a little over $48. Then I threw in some kangaroos at about $50. But let's keep cracking into them here. So, yeah, I think if we all knew where things were going, people would have been happy, quite happy to buy all they could get of the ASCs at $53 each, right? Let's take a look here. Oh, looks like you put most of them in this bag. Yeah. Monument's usually been pretty good. Of course, any company, they can make mistakes, but usually have pretty good luck with Monument. Also like Hero Bullion. I mean, I buy from everywhere. Usually whoever has the best deal for whatever I'm looking for at the time, really. Alright, let's see here. Getting things going. Alright, so, yeah, just a quick little overview. We'll take a look. Let's look at the ASC first. And I'll break this out of the flip in just a second here. But, looks good. Wow. Yep. What a time to be stacking silver, for sure. And isn't that a beauty? It has like a perfect. I love that finish. The just a matte, like a matte business strike. Crew Rams are now basically like that, and of course the Mexican Libertads have the same finish, and they're all lovely. Yeah, you can't go wrong, too, with something like this. That's a nice finish, too. Beautiful coins. But let's break out one of these. Put the glove on, just because. Even though I do like to keep some fondlers. But just see if there's any individuals. Here's some kind of individuals. We'll cut these out of here, I think. Bear with me. One moment. Actually, put one more glove on. No, actually, put the right glove on. I'm really just doing it up here. So I can operate the camera focus. Alright. Let's see here. Look at that. That could be a good thumbnail there. Oh, yeah. It's got that missing reed somewhere. There it is. Looks like it's at about the 10, 11 o'clock. Yeah, this is definitely one of the best coins to stack, especially if you're in the United States. And, I didn't love this eagle at first, but I gotta say it has grown on me. It has grown on me a little bit. So those are real nice, I know. I'll just mention quickly, a lot of people have been talking about the U.S. Mint raising their prices, and on social media, there's so much misinformation. Yeah, the mint doesn't sell bullion direct to the public. They only sell collector coins. They sell proofs and metals, proof sets, and they do these special uncirculated burnished, and people are very mistaken, and they're hypers. They like to hype things up, or they're just ill-informed. But the mint raised prices on the collector uncirculated, which comes in a clamshell velvet box with a COA. These aren't just bullion you pour out a tube, but they're charging about $160, and people are just saying, "Oh, that's the new price of silver." No, like, come on, let's. Silver has so many, unique and amazing features that would make it a very good investment. We don't need to shill all this BS, all the misinformation when there's literally all these fantastic reasons to buy it as an investment. We don't need to hype up, because that's just gonna put a sour taste in people's mouths when they realize that they're being taken advantage of and lied to. There's no reason for it. I don't know why I grabbed this one. Well, okay, we already looked at the ASC. That's right. So now we're looking at the. Lost my train of thought. We're looking at the kangaroo. You can see a little milk spot on it, but yeah, I mean, usually these are pretty good quality. Occasionally you can get milk spots on these. We know Perth knows how to avoid that, though, because I've never seen a milk spot, even a tiny dot on a lunar calendar animal coin. But anyways, those are pretty good. But that was pretty much it. In terms of variety, I had these elemental buffaloes. These are really, in my opinion, one of the nicest buffalo rounds. Just so well done. Honest to God, I've never seen a milk spot on one of these either. I mean, the other ones are usually okay. Silvertown, Golden State Mint. Some of the older ones, different mints, can get a little milky. I'm kind of getting hung up on that right now. I know not everybody cares about that. I left this out on the table. I'm going to try to clean this coin later today, probably with some acetone. I don't know what's on there. It's like gunk, hopefully. And yeah, that's about it. A sip of coffee, a little early for me. So let me know in the comments, if you like these, what you're doing. Are you buying at these levels? For me personally, I put in an order. My last order, I paid about $77 on those the lunar horse rounds, and actually when the mint had that kind of pricing mistake on the metals, I got 3 of the presidential medals at 90. Those should be here in a couple days. I might do an unboxing on that, but I'll probably slow down on the buy. I mean, we're at spots at $90. I think it could go up to 100. That's probably the next target, but it's definitely getting pretty elevated. So you have to be careful up here. All this stuff on the table was bought for almost an average price of $50. Most of my stack is probably averaged closer to $30. A lot of it was bought under that. Some of it was bought a little bit over that. But my average cost per ounce is probably closer to 30. This year, anything could happen. There's so many variables geopolitically. People talk about Greenland, Europe, tariffs, recessions, China. It's hard to predict. We could easily go up to 150. I think that would be a good target. But years and years ago, I thought in 2020, when it was looking real hot, I said we could easily hit $50 this year and for sure the next year. And guess what? Didn't happen. Didn't come close. So you make these predictions, you might say, "Oh, sure, we'll hit 150," but we could go sideways. We could be trading close to $80 for the next 2 years, and it just burns everybody out of the market. They lose all their enthusiasm. You never know. But I'll mention too, real quick. I think the silver mining stocks, relative to the silver price, have never been more undervalued. So I'm positioning a lot more in the silver mining stocks right now, and then hopefully rotate that into some kind of bullion, gold or silver later on. But we'll leave it there. Let me know what you're doing. Like, comment, and subscribe. I think I've only got 100 followers. Give me a sub, and I'll see if I can start putting out some more good content. Talk to you later.